It is Christmas Eve, but it is not a silent night. All is not calm. For too many, nothing is bright. And for too many, they are not sleeping peacefully. I did a town hall last night that had people crying, people terrified of what is going to happen. I have for months been talking to 10 restaurant owners a day who are desperately trying to survive. I've been talking to people who were scared they were going to be kicked out from their homes during the Christmas holidays. It still might be if we don't sign this bill. A father who called me 2 weeks ago and who said to me he had told his child that Santa Claus couldn't come this year, but he wanted to be able to feed her for Christmas. People don't know what the hurt is like there. Was this bill perfect? No. But it was a down payment on getting COVID relief to the people of this country. And then the president, when we finally thought that we'd be able to give people hope, that's what people need, hope, and be able to begin to continue to work on this in January, doesn't give a damn about people. He threw more fear. He threw kerosene on a terrifier and is now threatening to veto this bill. Today, Mr. Hoyer, on behalf of he and the Speaker, brought a resolution that would have immediately given that $2,000 payment that the President said he wanted. And Republicans blocked it, not Democrats. I'm merely here to say on Christmas Eve, we will come back in on Monday. I beg the President to know how many people in this country are scared, fearful, terror, hungry, and that we must get a bill done so that we are helping Americans. Compassion, empathy, those kindness are the words we should remember this holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dingell. And now I want to recognize for a few words the gentleman from Texas, Philemon Vila.
Thank you, Majority Leader Hoyer, and I'm proud to be with my colleagues here today on Christmas Eve and with all of you. All I can say is I don't know what we're waiting for. I mean, this country has endured physical, emotional, and economic devastation for 9 months. And here on the eve of Christmas, we finally have a point that we can agree with the President on. That is $2,000 stimulus payments for the people of this country. By all measures, it appears that from a health standpoint, for the next 3 months, we are going to be going through America's darkest days. More and more people getting sick, more and more people dying. And if we're fortunate enough to get past that, you know, given the fact that the vaccination programs have just begun, we can at least be hopeful that by the summer, we can begin to recover from an economic standpoint. And $600 for most of the people receiving it won't last through January. And so there is no reason to wait. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vila. And lastly, someone who knows not only the pain of people who are losing their lives and getting sick and can't give gifts to their children, put food on their table. Someone who knows firsthand the economic consequences of the failure to act, Don Beyer, the chairman of the Joint Economic Committee.
Thank you. Thank you, Majority Leader Hoyer, for all of your leadership. It's Christmas Eve, but it is not a wonderful life. This should be a time of healing, of family, of celebrating all that we have here in the richest country in the history of mankind. But our Census Bureau, with its Household Pulse survey, just reported that 27 million adults, that's 13% of the country, reported that their households sometimes or often didn't have enough to eat in the last 7 days. And if you include households with children, that number jumps to 17%. So 1 in 6 American families are going hungry. How do we sleep at night in a 21st century grapes of wrath when so many Americans don't have food for Christmas? Interest rates are near zero. There's little or no inflationary pressure. We have the strongest currency in the world. I've had very few opportunities to agree with Donald Trump the last 4 years, but I agree that we need to send bigger checks to the people most devastated by COVID-19 and its economic effects. It's terribly sad that on Christmas Eve, House Republicans just objected to sending hungry American children and their parents more money, checks demanded by President Trump. I called for direct payments to the American people on March 10th, and the House passed the HEROES bill in May with direct payments, PPP support to small businesses, strong unemployment aid, and nutrition and rental assistance. The House, as Majority Leader Hoyer said, has acted again and again and again and again. And yet, despite the yeoman labors of Speaker Pelosi and Secretary Mnuchin, Senator McConnell blocked everything for 8 months. But we will not give up. I hope on Monday we will send stronger necessary relief check legislation to the Senate, hoping and praying that Mitch McConnell and Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue will open their hearts and minds to the sufferings of so many American families. Mr. Majority Leader, are you?